Hello guys, and again a video in English. So how are you with your shaved head? And today I want to talk about your confidence, about your hair losing, and sure it's not easy. Sure it's not nice things to lose our hair, and sure it's not easy to decide to shave your head bald, to decide, okay, I don't want to fight anymore with losing hair and thinning hair. I prefer to change radical, to keep a shaved head look, and to keep it with proud, and shave it daily, and go proud in party, go out with even with friends, and especially if you are single, like me in this moment. It's not easy to approach with girls and you have a shaved head, and so you have to work about maybe more on your body or more about your character, so sympathy, just a bit play a lot more with your birds, and just think that your shaved look can be cool, can be transformed in something special for you, and you have not to think it's something that will reduce your chance with girls or reduce your confidence at work, because a shaved head is a cool look, it's appreciated by girls, and if you are confident with your bald look and you present yourself in a confident way, in a sympathy way, you can even have fun about your hair and about your shaved heads, and so a bit even treated with humor. People will like you, will appreciate you, will find you sympathetic, and you will find you out even sexy, and confidence in men and sexy. So step by step we will talk today about this, and that was not easy to accept this and how long was the process. But I want to talk about this during my shave, so you can see how I shave my head. And today I will use a classical Italian brand. I am Italian, Palmolive Men Sensitive. So just put a bit of this. This is how I shave usually my head. So traditional way with shaving cream, not shaving foam, but shaving cream, and just a brush that was in hot water for some minutes. So this is very important to let it in the warm water. So you should take a bowl better, so you can save even a bit of just a metal bowl, so a classical bowl for shaving. And this will be very useful for you because you can put hot water there, and or even you can just close your sink and put some hot water and let your brush for some minutes there. If you have not a good brush, you cannot find it, you can find it easily in internet, and I like to use a Jaguar brush because they are a little bit bigger. They are not very expensive, they are cheap, 12 euros, something like this, 12 or 15 euros, I don't remember now, and they work very good, and I like it, and I use it since many years, and it's still super good as brush. So why I shave my head? I began to lose my hair since I was, I think, 24. I began to see some hair here, these two parts, beginning to go thinner and less in these parts. But the process was very long. So I can say until 38, I am 42 now, but until 38 I could still sport a decent hairstyle. But I decided to shave my head for the first time since I was 26. So I had just a very few hair loss on the temple here, but I decided to already try a shaved head because I wanted to try this look. This look was always fascinating to me, even before my hair loss. Was always a look that I watched with admiration because I liked the look, I find it manly, I find it cool, and I even thought, wow, it could be nice to go in a barbershop and ask for a complete shaved bald head, or it can be even nice to get up in the morning and shave your head smooth, just like you do your beard. And so I wanted to try it, but naturally it was not easy even just to try it. So I was thinking about it a lot when I was 25, and then I waited the right moment. And the right moment arrived just 1 year later, because I was a student at university and I had finished my lesson, so I just was at home studying, and my parents went for a holiday for 2 weeks. So I was alone, without parents, for 2 weeks, without lessons, so I just had to stay at home to study. And I thought, okay, this is the perfect moment to shave my head bald, because when my parents would come back, they would be already 6 millimeter now, because usually 3 millimeter per week. I started to have fun with clipper and razor, shaving smooth my sides hike with a line, and so like a raccoon, and just an oval on top of one maximal, I think it was 2 centimeters. I was even able to gel a bit on the top. It was really extreme army. And I like it because I like the sensation of the smooth head and the smooth sides. I remember I did even some photos and I like the smooth and this line, radical. I like it. It was cool, extreme, and usually I like these things. But my goal was to try the shaved head, and I didn't want to do it at home. I wanted to celebrate it in some way, and I wanted even to enjoy it in a good way. So I knew it was something important in my life, and I wanted really to celebrate it. And so I chose the oldest barbershop of the city, Bari, my city in Italy, and I thought it was perfect for my shaved, and I'm sure I would have done it because I always watch it inside. I was working many times in front of this barbershop, and I saw it used to do a traditional shave with brush and leather up. And I wanted this way with leather up and brush, so a traditional head shave. So I went there, and I was with my heart bumping, and I was so red and so insensitive because I can declare and I can promise your first shave will be shocking and will be even not easy. Just to ask in a barber shop, please do my head smooth, shave all. So I was so excited, but I did it and I asked it and they see nothing. I just said okay. Even because I had already an extreme haircut shaved on sides, so it was just the top to shave. Maybe even thought, okay, why this guy didn't shave his top? But yeah. So he laid up my head and I shaved my hair, and then I began to see. And the first streak was this, so just a middle streak here, and I was so excited to see it and to see my head finally smooth in the mirror. And I remember I thought soon, I like it, because slowly I began to see my image without hair, and I think I had 3mm bird, and I remember I just repeated on me, I like it. And what I liked too was the process. I liked the massage or the brush on my head, and to stay there in a barbershop with my head lathered up. And I remember as I felt this brush on my head, massaging me on my head, I thought, I want to repeat it. Sergio is so cool, it's so nice, I love it. So I already knew it was something that I wanted to repeat. The show was not just a try. And I wanted to do it because I was quite sure I would have lost my hair, because my dad was bald and my brother was going bald. And I don't know why, but I felt that I would have lost my hair too. So I just wanted to try, even to accept my hair loss in a better way, because I liked it. I liked it very much. I remember at home I shaved my head again 2-3 times, and I watched it all the time in the mirror, and I liked it. The plan was just to go out, to let my head see to my parents and to my friends, etc. It was not easy. I remember as soon as I went out in the streets, I felt just the ice on my head. So the first thing I did, I put a cap on my head, because you are too much shy to show these shining shaved heads on the public, on the streets, no? This is a process that lasts a bit. It's not easy. Maybe there are some guys soon brave to show their head, but I can assume that most of all of you, the first thing you will do is just to put a cap and to be shy to show it in the public, and then slowly you get your confidence, and you begin to go out without cap. But I liked it very much. So slowly I began to shave my head more often and more often, and I can assume, and I can say it's even addictive, because when you try to shave it and when you like it, it's addictive. So it's not easy to let it. It's not easy to let it grow, because you will soon miss it and you want to shave again and again. And naturally, my hair loss went on and on, and slowly, I have to say slowly, but went on and on. And since 4 years, I decided to shave my head as a daily routine and to keep it. So I don't think anymore to let go my hair. And to arrive to this decision, so to say a really goodbye to hair, is not easy, and it's not nice not to say, okay, from now on I want to shave my head daily, and I don't want to think anymore to let my hair grow. Why I did it? First of all, because I like it. I like the style. I always found me cool with the shaved head. I always find me sexy with the shaved head. I've always found me manly, a confident guy, without problems, without anymore thinking about hair. So since I like to do even sport, it's easy to sport. It's nice and funny to shave my head. I like it. I like to shave my head, and I like to let my head shaved by partners or in a barber shop. it's a cool look, it's an extreme look, it's a manly look. So as I said, I always liked it, and I find really a cool look, easy look to sport, and a perfect look for all the guys that are losing their hair, because I think it's more attractive, sexy, and nice to see a shaved head and not a guy with a hair loss or trying to cover some things that show that you are shy, that you are trying to cover something. And I find even always in the street guys that shave their heads cool, masculine, brave, but I know it's not easy, and not all guys are soon ready to going out with a shaved heads. Maybe many guys are too much shy, or it's a shock, it's a change. Maybe you are in a family conservative, or maybe you are going in a work circumstance that it's conservative, so you are ashamed to suddenly shave your head smooth and go into work there smooth. So it's not easy. I know it's not easy. What I can suggest is just to, first of all, accept your hair loss. Sure, there are options, transplant, patch, lotions. I want to say that don't spend your money and save your money, and don't use stupid lotion, because most of them, they don't do anything, so you're just losing your time and money. If you want to try, but I can assume that if you are destined to lose your hair, even with these lotions, this is something in our DNA, you will lose your hair. So what you can just do is maybe to try to make them a bit stronger, or maybe now there are some new lotions, maybe, but very expensive, that maybe if you use constantly, you can try to keep your hair. If you want to spend money in these things, you are free to do it. But what I can suggest, even you can even use it, but if you are no more happy with your hair, even just using it, but you begin to see that you are not satisfied with your hair loss, with your hair density, so you will not get miracle. Maybe you will just keep what you have. But if you are not so much satisfied, think about, I can shave my head smooth, and I cannot think anymore about all this. Think about how nice it can be in the morning just to do this. Wow. Okay, so why I decided to shave my head 4 years ago? I just applied for work, and the day before, for fun, since I had no work at home, I shaved my head and my face completely smooth. So sometimes I did it just to refresh everything, because usually I sported birds. And as I shaved all my head and face, I get a call from my chef, and they said, we like your apply, and we would like to invite you for interview. Oh my god, I was all smooth. But I went there, and funny, it was very lucky, because I saw soon a good chemistry with this chef. We liked us, and I think he liked my shaved look, very brave, very clean. no shaved head, shaven face, so professional. And it was an interview about a project for a showroom of modern bathrooms, so was even a clean look adapted for this kind of job. And the chemistry was soon great, and so I said, you can begin soon to work here. And I thought, okay, perfect. This was a lucky look for me. So since he liked me shaved, I want to stay shaved, and I want to work like he knew me shaved. Because usually I was always shaving, letting grow some maybe 2-3 centimeter hair, and shaving again. I was still in the phase of trying it, but not always smooth. Since I get a new job, I decide, okay, I want to keep this job with the smooth head. I wanted my colleagues know me like a shaved man. With friends and family was already done, was even not easy with family because family was always against my shaved head. So I remember my first shaved head was not seen by my parents, as I said. But the second and third, I began even to let my parents see it, and sure, my parents said soon, why you shave your head? You have full hair over here. Especially my dad was bald, but my dad is bald, sporting a crown of 1 centimeter on the sides and back white. And they said, but why you shave your head? You have nice hair. Keep it, you look good, you don't look good with a shaved head, blah blah blah, you look skinny, you look extreme, this is not a professional look for you, blah blah blah. They are a bit conservative. And I remember I shaved my head often, and this still, every time I shaved my head, they said it was always something. So I had just to say, yeah, okay, okay. They didn't know I was losing my hair, and it was just a try on my future look. I was just trying and experimenting my future look shaved. Since then, at 31, so late, I finished my study and I went to Berlin alone. So with my new life alone, sure was a big step for my shaved head, because I remember, in fact, the first month in Berlin alone, I was sporting my shaved head fast daily. And I remember I sported a shaved head, so it was like my goal to finally live alone and to be free to shave my head like I wanted. And I remember I usually shaved my head smooth, and I sported a chin bald, very thin. So just a line. That was a cool look. I had still not so much white beard, so no, fast nothing white beard, so it was a nice look. So if you decide to shave your head, I would suggest do it the first time, sure, when you are some day free, so maybe when you are in vacation, when you are a bit relaxed, maybe or before a weekend, or even better at the start of your vacation. So you will have the time to get your confidence with your shaved head. Maybe you will have time even to get a bit of sun, because the first time you shave your head, sure, the skin of your head is very white, very, very white, and so you will see even just a line from your skin tanned and your white, because this is a skin that never had sun. So keep attention even when you will get sun, because it's a very, very sensitive skin. So especially the first time, put a lot of protection cream before to take sun. And then you can decide if it can be your regularly daily look, or it can be something fun that you can do sometimes. And slowly you can arrive to the process to shave your head daily. Oh, most of all, I usually I chat with in forums or with guys. I like even to talk with shared guys about it. And usually, shared guys shave their head each 2 3 days, not daily like me. I like a super smooth head, so I like to shave my head daily because already the day after I don't like my look, even because I don't like these temples going longer, or already half centimeter, half millimeter. I don't like it because on the top I am thinning, and I prefer to be super smooth. But the mainly reason why I shave my head daily is because I like it. I like to lather up my head in the morning, and I like to go to work super smooth, and I like the feeling. I like my look shaved smooth, and I like the sensation to keep the foam on the hand and feel the tightening skin all the day, and go super clean at work. Let me work good, let me work better, and let me feel fresh and ready for my day. So a day without a head shave for me, it's a day a bit boring, a bit not nice. I feel great, and it's a routine that I sure that can start good my day in a fresh way. So it's like a dose of refreshing for my day. I know other guys have problem with sensitive skin and they prefer to shave their head in the evening, so relax in the evening without running, or because they don't want to get up. Sure, if you want to shave your head in the morning, you have to get up a bit earlier. And usually I get up really early because I like even to spend time in the bathroom and relax. Okay, the moment I am even single without a girl, without babies, so I can do it. But I remember when I had girls, and I hope in future I will have girls and maybe even babies if I am already still in time. Oh yeah, I think I will do it. I will sure find my moment for to shave my head in the morning because I like it in the morning. I don't like to shave my head in the evening because if I shave my head in the evening, in the morning I have already something, some shadow that I don't like. I like, as I say, to go at work super smooth. And what I am doing lately is even a second shave, so twice a day, if I want to go out for a dinner. I like to shave fast before to go out again in the evening, or I like to bring always a razor in my work bag. So, or maybe in the morning I forget something, or maybe suddenly we organize something with friends and they want to direct go out after work. I like in the bathroom of the work of my office to retouch, especially here on the temples, my head again. I can say since I shave my head since 4 years now, I am really confident with it. I notice that I go out with my shaved head without thinking anymore. I don't want to cover it with a cap anymore. I am even in family meeting shaved without problems. I like to shave daily against grain. Just against grain. since I shave daily, I prefer in a gas grain shave, and I like to sport a beard with a thin mustache. Because I find this look a bit more clean and a bit more smart, and even because I like to put aftershave, and I like to put aftershave even under my nose so I can sniff it all the day. Okay, so my shave is finished. What I wanted always to say is to control always near your ears, near your sideburns, because it's not nice to have a shaved head and then these details not clean, not in order. So when you finish your shave, put always attention to these details, because if you like to sport a shaved head, details are very important. And near the ears, on the back of your head and near your sideburns are always parts, and even again on the front line are always parts that maybe you forget something. And this, as I said, it's not nice to sport a shaved head with something missing. And often on the street I see guys in the morning they shave fast, or maybe not with a good light, and they forget something. If you want to avoid it, as I said, and the final part is always to control these details. So here on the back and front line again. And show with your hand, even with, you don't need any mirror, just with your hand you can feel if you forget something. If it is all smooth, it's done. Then you have to wash with cold water. Or if you want, you can even just do a shower. Would be better to do first a shower and then a shave, but usually the contrary, because I have not so much problems with my skin. But if you notice you have problems with your skin, try to do first a hot shower, and you can even think to shaving the shower. It's even very nice and very easy and quickly too. But since I prefer a traditional shaving brush and so relax me even with the process of brushing and leathering me up, I usually prefer to spend my time in front of the mirror, massaging and shaving my head, and then I jump in the shower to wash all. After this, what you have to do? It's very, very important to calm your skin. So a balm after shaved heads, so like you do for your beard, is something like a must if you want to sport a shaved head healthy without irritation. So what I use is just now a simple Nivea balsam, but what I can suggest, choose your balsam like you want, but put always a balsam, not an alcoholic aftershave soon, but a balsam on your face, because it will calm your skin. A shave is always aggressive for your skin, these blades. So you need to calm it with all the property of a balm, with vitamin, with aloe. And what I can say, choose not a perfumed or strong perfumed balm, So then after you can go with your favorite smell. That can be a perfume or can be an aftershave. I like aftershave, but I know that aftershaves, alcoholic aftershave, can tend to dry your skin. So what I usually do, since I like to apply an aftershave, is to put a balm, to wait a bit, some minutes, let they act, so let they dry on my skin. And after a while, so after my skin is relaxed a bit, I can put my aftershave. Why I like aftershave alcoholic? Because I like traditional shave, so I like to end in a traditional way with a traditional alcoholic aftershave. I like the smell, I like the process to put alcoholic aftershave to splash on my head. I like the feeling of a bit of, like burning, but refreshing, and so they give to my day even a more sense of freshness, to feel like for my hair, for my day. So a day without alcoholic aftershave is for me a day even again a bit boring, a bit not refreshing, etc. So I like the feeling of the aftershave during the day, and I like long-lasting aftershave. What I always said, and I think I already did a video with it, but since today I'm talking again about all, is I like a lot Denim aftershave. It's an Italian brand. It's the most famous Italian brand aftershave vintage. And I can say the original one has a smell fantastic. Has a smell incredible, nice, incredible, manly, traditional, and very strong, long-lasting. So if you put your balm and you wait a bit, I can assure it's not so burning, even if this is aftershave, really, really burning. I can say you will love this smell. If you like traditional shave, you will love this smell. And I can say all the people that can smell it at work or friends or partners, all they told me what a nice perfume, what it is. So it is even a smell. Okay, it's traditional, but it's a smell that usually people like. They always told me what is nice. And so the process of your shave is finished. If you have cuts, but if you use like me a fusion, you will not have cuts. If you like to use traditional razor, keep attention to your cuts. I don't like to use it because I don't want any cut on my head. I know many in this channel, this YouTube theme, are pro traditional shave with traditional razor, but I have fear about cuts, and I prefer to spend a little more, but use a fusion. With a fusion, I can shave my head even with closed eyes, and I will not get any cuts. I hate to get cuts on my head. It's already aggressive, a daily shave on my head, but to even be afraid of cut every day, no, this is too much, and I prefer not. So I like to spend a bit more, because usually, sure, to change your blades every 2 months, every 2 weeks. Where fusion is not so cheap, but we have to remember we save money for gel, for barbershops, for tonic, for wax, for all the things, all the stuff for your hair. And so it's still something for a bit, at least something for our shave. So a good razor, some soap or shaving cream. I like to try several stuff. We can do it. But if you have some cuts, there are stuff for your cuts, but try to avoid it, because, as I said, it's not nice to support a show that with cuts, since there are now in commerce, so safe razors, so avoid it. And go proud to show to the world your shirt heads. Go it proud, show it super smooth, and you will say you're not to be afraid. Don't think, oh, I prefer 1 millimeter. Go smooth. Go be strong, go proud the first day, the second day, the third day, and you will see already in 1 week you will be so proud and so happy to share your hands more than to show it to the world.